Do we see how we keep saying full third party here? Yes, because that's just the fact of the matter here. But in their mind here, here's the spinning. Well, a third party publisher is now at the top of the store for PlayStation. Yes, welcome again to being a third party publisher.
See, now the problem with that is the fact that you tell people that people pick up a PS5 for exclusives, but yet time and time again, we're starting to notice that the same games that are available on Xbox, people are buying them on PlayStation 5. That completely goes against your own argument. Even if you want to go as far to say that Xbox is full third party, because you got Sony publishing games for everybody else too, like Marathon, but guess what? Ain't nobody want to buy them. What do you people don't understand? At the end of the day, the argument that you guys keep using that we pick up a PS5 for exclusives ain't nothing but cap. Because if you did, then guess what? Your games would be in the top 10 charts, not games from third party or Microsoft. You just completely bodied your own argument.
That's what happens when your IP, your software, is available on multiple platforms at once.
Now you got PlayStation doing the same thing, but guess what? Your games ain't successful. Marathon is dead on arrival because you know why? Not even the gamers on PlayStation want to buy it. Even if PlayStation puts games on PC, nobody cares enough to play your games. This is why I keep calling the PS5 the Xbox Series P without Game Pass Ultimate, because let's just be honest. Look at the top 5 games on PS5 right now. Do you understand how ridiculous this is? You guys say we pick up the PS5 for exclusives, but yet you're buying nothing but Xbox games.
And it will sell more than if it was just to your own ecosystem. But again...
See, now the problem with that is the fact that you got Sony doing the same thing and they're still getting no results. They just got lucky with Helldivers 2, and that is it. Which is even more funny because you PlayStation dummies saying that we got the benefit of exclusives, but yet they're not paying for the game online on PC and you're paying PlayStation Plus to play the same game that gamers on PC are playing entirely for free.
Exclusives matter. Again, you have to have that unique aspect to that ecosystem.
Stop the cap. Stop the cap right now. Stop the cap.
Bro, what are you talking about, bro? Out here saying exclusives matter. If they mattered so much, then how come we don't see Days Gone? How come we don't see, Until Dawn Remake? How come we don't see the games that Sony's making? If exclusives matter, Stellar Blade, Astrobot, why are we looking at the 5 games on PlayStation 5, which all happen to be Xbox? Then why is that the case? You can sit there and say that they're third party, whatever. Whatever argument you want to make doesn't take away the fact that there's not one exclusive game in the top 10 charts on PlayStation. And you know that's nothing but facts. But let's hear it again.
It will sell more than if it was just to your own ecosystem. But again, exclusives matter. Again, you have to have that...
Stop the cap. Stop the cap right now. Stop the cap.
No. Out here talking about how exclusives matter, but yet we don't see one PlayStation 5 exclusive. And you know what? Just go ahead, man.
That unique aspect to that ecosystem.
What's unique about playing the same games that I can play on Xbox through Game Pass Ultimate? Every single game here I can have access through one service. You still got to buy the game, and then you got to pay PlayStation to play the same game online. Bro, if anything, you people are dumb. Look at that, 70, that's 100 and what? That's about 100 if you include tax, 150 plus that game. Bro, that's close to what, 200 and something dollars? I could do this through one subscription service. Then you wonder as to why people don't buy games on Xbox. There's no reason to buy a game on Xbox. I can access all these games right here through $20 a month, while you out here paying 200 and maybe some change to play these games early access. You know how these PlayStation dudes, because they just can't wait because Sony hasn't offered anything. I mean, at this point, PlayStation 5 ain't nothing but a turtle with no shell in it. Like, this is crazy, bro.
And that's what draws in people. Whether it sells as much as the others, it's not...
Now, if exclusive... Hold on.
Stop the cap. Stop the cap right now. Stop the cap.
Bro, I can't believe he just said this. Let me hear this.
System. But again, exclusives matter. Again, you have to have that unique aspect to that ecosystem. That's what draws in people.
So if that's what draws in people, then why don't we see PlayStation 5 games charting on your own console? You know what? Hold on. Let's one more time.
Stop the cap. Stop the cap right now. Stop the cap. No.
Bruh, you gotta be kidding me, man. The fact that you still going on this whole exclusive tirade just goes to show you that you PlayStation fanboys are living in the past. If the best games on PlayStation happen to be made by Microsoft and Xbox, well, guess what? The Xbox still has the benefit of Game Pass. What are y'all talking about, bro? Y'all sound stupid trying to prove a point that exclusives matter. It gives our system identity. Well, if it gave your system identity, then how come I'm seeing the same games trending on Xbox that are also trending on PlayStation, which happen to be games that Microsoft owns?
It sells as much as the others, it's not going to because, again, people are spread out quite a bit, mostly on Nintendo.
Stop the cap. Stop the cap right now. Stop the cap.
No, bro, what is you talking about? Oh, it's more spread out. This is PlayStation's own charts. What are you talking about? Now, I get it. These games are charting on their platforms, but this has nothing to do with them. It's their game, but these games are charting on your own ecosystem, bro. And you're out here saying, oh, well, you know, it's a collective. The reason why these games are the top PSN games on here it's because of the accumulated sales of the PC and Xbox. No, that's why they have their own storefront. What are you talking about? This has a lot to do with PlayStation gamers supporting these games, man. What are you talking about, bro? Let me hear this again.
And that's what draws in people. Whether it sells as much as the others, it's not going to because, again, people are spread out quite a bit. Mostly on Nintendo and PlayStation and PC, of course.
But that has nothing to do with as to why these games are charting on your own console. You still have provided no argument as to why people pick up a PS5 for exclusives.
Dividends, stuff like that. But ultimately, it's spread out. So you're going to get that there. You're going to get the income. You're going to get the revenue. You're going to get the hearsay. You're going to get the word of mouth, all that stuff as well. But you do need those exclusives. And this is why Xbox is...
If we needed exclusives, then explain... You know what? Hold on.
Stop the cap. Stop the cap right now. Stop the cap.
Bro, this man's talking about exclusives, and yet all we see is nothing but third-party games provided by Microsoft, right?
Income, you're going to get the revenue, you're going to get the hearsay, you're going to get the word of mouth, all that stuff as well. But you do need those exclusives. And this is why Xbox is in the pathway that they are.
Stop the cap. Stop the cap right now. Stop the cap.
I mean, what are y'all talking about, man? You guys go as far to say that Xbox has no games, but yet you buy them on PlayStation 5. You guys say that Xbox's future is bleak. What do you guys don't understand? This is the reason why Sony's not making new games anymore. Because you know why? They know that their audience is not willing enough to buy them. You guys just became the new Xbox fanboy. That's all it is. Microsoft was absolutely right. Everything's an Xbox. And this is kind of what I'm trying to say, because you know why? Because even the own platform that you pick up for, what you allegedly say, I pick it up for exclusives, well, guess what? It's being controlled by Microsoft. The Trojan horse has been completed.
They, as we stated multiple times before at this point, folks, if you've been following this channel, all eggs, one basket, Game Pass, didn't work out as intended. Here we are, end of story. But again, them full circle trying to make something out of nothing here. Welcome to being a third party. Welcome to that. Fantastic. Same thing would happen if PlayStation had their first party games available everywhere, especially when they're...
Stop the cap. Stop the cap right now. Stop the cap.
Lost Soul Aside is dropping day on date on the PC. Ain't none of you ponies are saying anything. You got Marathon drop it on Xbox, but guess what? Ain't nobody want to buy it. You got everybody's Hot Shot Golf, Freedom Wars, and all that other game dropping on PC, as well as the Nintendo Switch, and we out here talking about full third party. But see, the main difference between Microsoft and Sony is the fact that people actually are looking forward and into playing these Xbox games, and nobody's looking forward to playing your titles. Okay? Not even your own audience. I mean, as you guys can clearly see, I mean, it's Xbox games. I mean, where's the place that, where's Days Gone? Where's Until Dawn Remake? Where's Horizon? Where's those games in the top 10 list? Oh, that's right, because you guys allegedly pick it up for exclusives, right? Yeah, right.
Buying up already established popular IPs, then of course that's going to happen. Cough, cough, Call of Duty, cough, cough, Minecraft.
What are you talking about? Indiana Jones is its own IP. Forza Horizon is Microsoft's IP. Minecraft is Microsoft. What do you mean? Out of these 3 games, those are games that Microsoft had way from the beginning. What are you talking about? Oh, they're established games. What are you talking about? Like Elder Scrolls Oblivion? Bethesda wasn't even planning to make any of these games until Microsoft acquired them. That's the reason why Call of Duty, you could probably use that as an example. It was popular before Xbox, yeah. But Indiana Jones was a new IP. Minecraft, I think it was Mojang, but still, Microsoft pushed it to other platforms. Elder Scrolls Oblivion, I mean, you know, they had a good partnership with Bethesda back in the days with Morrowind. Forza Horizon was a game that they worked on. That still doesn't take away the fact that 2 of the games that Microsoft worked on, which is Indiana Jones and Forza Horizon 5, which they've always owned, is still charting on your charts.
What are we doing here? What are we doing here? But again, coping mechanism, delusion, all that. Again, another high-end coping mechanism here where it's that narrative has changed. Now exclusives don't matter. It's about funding Game Pass. And again, you could say
Stop
that
the
till you're
cap.
blue in the face. Nobody cares. People purchase and play the games they want to play.
Exactly.
How that
And that happens to be third party in Xbox games. Because ain't none of them a PlayStation. If you notice that, that's why you're complaining about how Xbox is putting their games on PS5, even though your games are not trending like their games are.
affects you, aka Game Pass, and in the future and your ecosystem, is to be determined in the very, very long run, but it has affected it, as you can see, with Xbox going full on third party. Those are the decisions being made. Those are the outcomes.
See, now explain to me as to why Sony's doing the same thing in a lot of similar categories, but they're not seeing the same success that Microsoft is having. Ding, 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 ding. Good answer, Carl, because nobody wants to play your games. Not even your own audience. Because Marathon is going to flop as well as Fair Games. You all know it. It's not even fair game for Fair Games.
To those actions. I promise you, though, at the end of the day, if somebody wants to buy something they want to buy, they don't care if they're funding another funnel of something where they...
Oh, yeah, or they don't care if the game's exclusive to a platform, because that's clearly not the reason why people are picking up a PS5. We know that for sure.
Oblivious to Game Pass. Trust me, people are not oblivious to Game Pass at this point in time. That's all Xbox fanatics and shills and grifters talk. Actions have consequences. Actions have consequences.
Yeah, and you buying more Xbox games in favor of your own titles is the reason why Sony don't put money even into their own games. It's the reason why Sony don't do AAAs and is focused more on AAs, because there's not enough of you PlayStation fanboys buying these so-called exclusive games. I mean, you guys are already bashing Code Violet, baby steps. I mean, bro, this is what y'all got? Like, this is insane.
Regards to how you play and partake into said hobby. If it's not catching on in some way, shape, or form,
I mean, clearly they're catching on. That's why we keep talking about the same games that Microsoft owns. Did you ever hear you talk about, oh yeah, because every game you talk, Mr. I bought 3 copies of Concord. Is anybody still talking about that? Oh, that's right, the game failed. I forgot.
Them in the long run. So people should be upfront with them and not lie and say, you know what, Game Pass is here to stay forever. Things are looking good. There's no reason.
This guy said, Jay True Gamer, I just bought these 2 games to own them and support the developers. What do you mean? You don't own them. You don't own anything. Let me break this down, because I've been hearing this a lot. What makes you guys think you own it? You don't even own the... Y'all like, yo, I'm about to get real controversial with this. You don't even own the games on Steam. All your games needed to be downloaded through an app or a store service. God forbid, if any of these things go under, you lose access to everything that you purchase. Let it be Microsoft, Steam, Good Old Games, Epic, Storefront. What do y'all don't understand? You have to go to the app to download the game. Well, I got it on my... We're not talking about that. But you guys act as if your purchases are secured, or you can go back to them whenever you want. Yes, maybe for the time being, maybe. But the day Sony decided to pull the plug, there goes all your games. I mean, look no further than Nintendo with the Wii and the Wii U. Out of all those virtual console games that people bought on those consoles, and then you got Nintendo having the audacity to push the same games to a subscription service, the same games that I bought, that I owned on the Wii and the Wii U, I can't play them unless I play them through a subscription service on the Switch to Switch 2. But yet y'all want to talk about, we own our... What do you mean ownership? Explain to me, what ownership are you talking about? Because I can't go back in the eShop of the Wii and download some missing Super Nintendo titles that I missed out on. So explain ownership. Because as far as I'm concerned, it ain't nothing but an application, and the day they decide to shut it, let it be anything, because that's what y'all do, putting your faith into these things. And as soon as they pull the plug, where do you think, how are you going to be able to download your games? Exactly. Let's go. Y'all like, man, y'all be like, games that we can't mess with you. Exactly.
Why? They're just doing it out of the goodness of their heart. Microsoft going full on third party. They're doing it out of the goodness of their heart. There's no reason to be fearful of the future. There's no reason to be concerned about the future and where you're investing your time and money. There's nothing like you should. I'm not telling anybody on my platform here on this channel to sit there and drop what you're doing on PC or Nintendo or Xbox.
Stop the cap. Stop the cap right now. Stop the cap.
Then why are you making this video? Then why does this bother you so much, considering that you don't even play on the Xbox platform? How about you talk about the good quality games at PlayStation? Oh, that's right. Because the best games on PlayStation 5 happen to be the best games on Xbox. Oh, there it is. Okay, now we see as to why you guys are port begging for these same games. We get it, because they have better games than you. Which also goes back to show you that Xbox has games.
And go strictly PlayStation. I've never said that. I said PlayStation to me is my preferred platform. I've enjoyed it from day one. What they provide for exclusives and content, quality, etc., etc. Do with that information what you will. Do with that information what you will. This is a segment making fun of idiots like this, but
Stop the cap.
I'm not telling anybody what to do either. So a lot of people are not as well flute. And
this man's still talking, bro. He can't stop X-Cap gaming. Man, I've never seen a man cap so hard in this community. It's crazy.
PlayStation-esque. Yeah, they do. They have, and that's what piqued the interest of PlayStation.
What are you talking about? Indiana Jones gameplay came from a game called Chronicles of Riddick. Bro, you know what, bro? Y'all like, game said, here comes the knowledge. You just said that Indiana Jones is PlayStation aesthetic? What makes you think that? Machine Games made a game called Chronicles of Riddick, Butcher Bay. And you know what game that was exclusive for at the time? Ding, 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 ding. Good answer, Carl. The original Xbox and PC. If you don't believe me, look it up. So would you go as far to say, oh, that's an Xbox aesthetic game? Because the gameplay is very similar to Indiana Jones with the combat and the fighting. Anybody that has played Chronicles of Riddick, Butcher Bay, or even Dark Athena knows exactly what I'm talking about. But you don't sit there and have Xbox gamers saying that. What makes it an Xbox aesthetic game? What do you mean? It seems like how is it a PlayStation aesthetic game when they don't have 10 hours of cutscenes?
Kept these games exclusives going forward. You might be able to do something with a little bit of tweaking here, right? And then, of course, obviously, they need to deliver the good potential there, particularly on PC. Not wrong there as well. Christopher Dring is pretty exactly what he's talking about, Gaz, and, Christopher Dring has...
No, but do you know what you're talking about? Because you're going as far to say that Indiana Jones is a PlayStation aesthetic game, but yet the same people that made Indiana Jones, which is Machine Games, made a game called Chronicles of Riddick, Butcher Bay, and that was for the original Xbox. You know what?
Probably 10 times the brain cells that you do, if not more.
Well, if you had any brain cells, you would have known that Machine's Game made a game similar to that on the original Xbox. But yet, for some reason, you throw the PlayStation label. No different than Final Fantasy. Sony made Final Fantasy. What are you talking about? Final Fantasy was on Nintendo before it even came to PlayStation. But yet, y'all claim that it's a PlayStation aesthetic game. Like, y'all sound stupid.
So I wouldn't be questioning what he's stating or why and all that. But I know that essentially hurts you deep down, as per usual, as per you having to jump ship. You didn't even go down with the flagship, much like risk it for the...
what?
More and better, and that is the happenstance that happens when you rely completely on Game Pass, and that's what happens when you have...
So Xbox is selling fastest on PS5? Well, that makes sense, because Xbox gamers will have to buy it. But this is crazy. This goes to show you that Xbox is doing very well. They're making money on all fronts. And y'all acting as if this is a good thing? Crazy.
Had been basically flat for years.
Oh, snap, man. I forgot. I got to make another Dreamcast video. Hold on, guys. Like I said, I got to do my AC. I got to make another one because my AC is on low. And I can't afford to put food on the table because these games are so expensive. So give me 1 minute, guys. I gotta go outside. I'm going to finally show you guys as to how I do my daily routine. It's very similar to Dreamcast guy. I got my AC on low, guys. Y'all don't even realize it. It's costing my electricity just way too much. So I got to do this. Give me a minute. You guys will see exactly what's going on. I got you. I'm gonna get you, gangster, for making all those videos on me. I'm sick and tired of you. They're gonna turn my AC on low, and I'm hungry. I need some food. What you gonna do? Dreamcast really needs to eat. He needs to keep his AC. He gotta put it on high. Man, live with 3 roommates. Even though I'm